So we go into the app, press the plus button to add a new machine, it'll search for it, and there it is. So we select it, and it's asking us for the authentication. So the default password is 0000, so the password is also called the PIN. Select that. Right, what are we going to call it? So this is our demo. If I can type. Right. Too many characters. So we've got our demo 20, and it's now connecting over Bluetooth. It's not a toy, it comes with a blade. Keep children and pets away and use the manual. Okay, understood. So next thing is configure connect module. So this allows us on the Elite to connect to the robot over the internet. So I'll click that. And it says connected. So, and there we are. So now it's registering my phone on the machine, so that means I can connect to it. Okay, so we're in. So we've got pause while charging. So now we're connected, so what do we need to do? So first thing we need to do is to set it up. So first of all, date and time, so it'll take this from the phone, just save that. Next, change a password, so I should change the password, I won't do that now. Mower settings. So two things in the mower settings, so we've got the setup of the garden and the setup of the robot, and also some general settings. So garden settings, so we've got different areas. So if we choose the first area, so the first area is that first one side of the path. So I'm just going to set that, and I'm going to set that to 100 square meters. Distance, so this is how far out from the mower, how far out from the base station the mower should go before it starts mowing. So I'm going to say, I'm going to get it to go out 1 meter. Distance from the wire, so this is when it goes out to that 1 meter, or if I'm going to another area, how far away from the wire it should travel. So normally it will travel over the wire, but if you want it to travel a distance away from the wire, then you can do that. Direction, so if I'm going to an area, I can either ask it to go clockwise or anti-clockwise. And the eco mode, so I would recommend you leave that disabled to start with. That basically allows the mower to identify if it's not mowing much grass, and therefore it's finished. You can have more than one area, so here I'm doing area 1, I could go into area 2. So if we wanted to do a second area, we could put the area in there, and maybe we want it to travel, in this garden it wants to go about 10 meters, and it'll want to go clockwise, and it's another 100 meters area. So 100. I'm going to leave it on the wire, so I'm going to make it go 10 meters, and I'm going to keep it on the wire. So distance to wire 0. Eco mode is disabled. Okay, so now we've done the garden. Next is the robot. So we have 3 profiles. So each profile gives us a week schedule that we can set. So we could have 3 different schedules. The key thing about the profiles, and hence the schedules, is that when we're connecting to the robot over the internet, although we can't change schedules, but we can change profiles. So if we have one profile that has our normal cutting, perhaps another profile we set up for when we're away, and then if we forget to turn the profile over when we go away, we can do it remotely. So If we go into the schedule, we've got for each day how long it's going to mow for. So what I always say here is look in the manual. If you look in your manual, it will tell you for the size of the area you've got, how long the total area should be, how long the total runtime should be. So I'm going to set it here to be, it's going to run from 4 o'clock until, it's going to run from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. So this is just a trial. On here I can set the different areas. So I could have a different schedule for area 1 than area 2. If you just leave them all selected, then it will basically decide for itself when it goes between areas. So once it's done one area, it'll go back to the base station and then go out into the next area. So there we are, and a border cut is when it goes round and cuts over the wire. So I recommend you do that twice a week. So Monday we're just going to set that, and then what I'm going to do, I go back, select it, I can then copy that across to all the days. So that's now all the days set, and then I'll go back, and on Monday, what I'll do is I'll do a border cut on Monday, and I'll do a border cut on Thursday. So that's the standard setup. So now we've got our schedule set, we know when it's going to do border cut. Profile 2, I'm not going to set that up at the moment, but the other things we've got on here is charge settings. So when the mower goes back to the base station, it'll normally follow the wire in a clockwise direction. You can set it so that it will go, rather than following the wire, it will be up to a meter away. So every time it goes back to the base, it'll be a different distance away, up to 1 meter. On a small garden like this, I'm going to set that to 0. So that's charge settings, and lastly rain settings. So the mower has a rain sensor on the top, and when it detects moisture, you can decide what it's going to do. So it's on, delay or off. I'm going to leave it on. There's more details about that on the website and in your manual. So we've set that. Lastly, general settings in here, language, units, so it's meters, sound settings on, wire settings. So the wire settings is in normal operation how far over the wire it'll go. So it'll normally mow up to the wire. You can set it so that basically max means that the center of the robot is centered on the wire, but you can reduce that down so it doesn't go so far over the wire. That only relates to the normal operation. It doesn't relate to an edge cut or a border cut. General settings all set up, and now we're ready to hit save. So this saves it back to the mower. The only thing you need to make sure is that the mower hasn't turned off its Bluetooth in the meantime or powered down, because it hasn't been doing anything for a while, so it will try and connect. If you do get a connection failed, then what you need to make sure is that your mower is on. And that will save your settings down to the mower.